Aristotle, 384 to 322 BCE, was an ancient Greek philosopher and polymath who studied under Plato at the Academy in Athens. He later founded his own school, the Lyceum, where he conducted courses on a vast array of subjects, ranging from biology and ethics to politics and metaphysics. Born in a period of intellectual ferment, his life coincided with the twilight years of the Athenian democracy, and his works were deeply shaped by the political and cultural currents of the time. For instance, his Politics is both a reflection on the Athenian political landscape and a broader investigation into the nature of governance and justice. The Greek ideal of the polis, or city-state, was a constant touchstone in his work, informing his philosophy in diverse ways. Aristotle's work on natural philosophy laid the foundations for much of Western science. He was a keen observer of the natural world, and his inquiries ranged from the classification of animals in his work, History of Animals, to the nature of motion and change as explained in his treatise, Physics. Unlike his teacher Plato, who was more interested in the abstract and the ideal, Aristotle was deeply empirical. He believed that all knowledge starts with sensory experience, from which we abstract universal principles. This philosophy is encapsulated in his doctrine of hylomorphism, which holds that every physical object is a compound of form and matter. This way of understanding the world influenced centuries of medieval scholasticism and continues to be studied today. In the realm of ethics, Aristotle proposed the concept of virtue ethics, which diverged from the deontological or consequentialist theories that many of his predecessors and successors would adopt. Aristotle posited that the highest good for humans is eudaimonia, often translated as happiness or flourishing. According to Aristotle, eudaimonia is achieved through a life of virtuous action guided by reason. His Nicomachean Ethics lays out his ethical ideas in detail, focusing on the golden mean, the virtuous middle ground between deficiencies and excesses in traits like courage, generosity, and other virtues. Aristotle's influence also extended to politics and governance. His work, Politics, examines various forms of government and makes arguments in favor of a constitutional government, guided by the rule of law, as the most stable and just form of governance. He was among the first to present a systematic categorization of different government types, including tyranny, oligarchy, and democracy, while discussing their merits and pitfalls. He also examined the nature of justice, citizenship, and the role of the middle class in stabilizing political systems. When it comes to metaphysics, Aristotle diverged from his mentor Plato in rejecting the notion of an independent world of forms or ideals. Instead, he argued that form and substance are intricately linked in the objects of our world. His metaphysical views are elaborated in works like Metaphysics, where he deals with fundamental questions about the nature of being, substance, causality, and the existence of God. His logical works, collectively known as the Organon, served as the foundational texts of Western logic up to the modern period. Aristotle's works were initially preserved by his students and later translated into Arabic, playing a significant role in the Islamic Golden Age. When they were reintroduced to Europe in the medieval period, they deeply influenced scholastic thought. In many ways, Aristotle's works were considered the final authority on various subjects up until the Renaissance and even the Enlightenment. Philosophers like Thomas Aquinas integrated Aristotelian philosophy into Christian doctrine, which further solidified his impact on Western thought. However, the authority of Aristotle's works also had its downsides. Because his ideas were so influential, they sometimes stifled innovation and questioning, especially in the sciences. During the scientific revolution, thinkers like Galileo and Newton had to break free from Aristotelian views of physics to make the groundbreaking discoveries. In summary, Aristotle's influence on Western civilization is monumental. His works provided an intellectual foundation for diverse fields like biology, ethics, politics, and metaphysics, among others. He laid the groundwork for the empiricism that would later be developed by Enlightenment thinkers, and his ideas about ethics and governance continue to be relevant today. Thanks for watching.